Fighting the Bears. Hi, I'm John McNeil, and this is the Invest Strong Network. Welcome. So, a couple of ferocious bears have sunk their claws into the brother man's portfolio and, in fact, the financial markets writ large. Now, the first is, of course, this horrendous bear market. So, since the Federal Reserve embarked upon its program of ending quantitative easing and boosting interest rates to combat rather the soaring rate of inflation, the stock market and the bond markets have just been walloped across the board. The stock market, depending upon which index you choose to use as a benchmark, is down anywhere from 13% to really as much as 25% for the high tech NASDAQ related issues. Now, this loss has been rather particularly keen to the brother man because some of the stock purchases that I had made in 2021 were some of the high flying pseudo speculative stocks that had performed extraordinarily well over the previous 3 years and through the CV-19 pandemic. But in 2022, they have just been laid waste. Some of them, like Palantir and Palo Alto Networks and others, some have lost 50, 60, 70%. I mean, it's just been horrible, right? And now, fortunately, most of my portfolio is still made up of dividend paying industrials, and they have been hit much less than those stocks, but still they've taken a wallop too. And so overall, the portfolio is down significantly in 2022. Hey, what are you going to do? This period of time reminds me very much of two previous periods. In 2014, when the country was emerging from finally shaking off the shackles of the Great Recession and the unusually low interest rates. And then the Federal Reserve began making qualms about raising interest rates, and it pushed the stock market into a pretty major correction. And again, in November and December of 2018, when a very similar thing happened, the Federal Reserve began increasing interest rates, and the stock markets and bond markets basically lost about 20% of their values. Very hard hit. Now, in both of those previous instances, the markets recovered, and in fact recovered strongly within a pretty reasonable period of time. And until the tremendous stock crash caused by the CV-19 pandemic in February and March of 2020, the stock market had recovered all of its losses from that November, December 2018 bear market and then some, right? So this period reminds me much more of those two periods and not like the tremendous crash caused by the financial crisis from November 2007 until basically March of 2009, or the CV-19 inspired market crash of February and March of 2020, which shaved about 37% off of the stock market, right? So I think we'll be okay. It's just gonna, just gonna have to endure, right? As Alfred told the Batman in the Dark Knight movie, endure, Mr. Wayne. Yeah, that's about where we're at. Now, that's the first bear that I'm grappling with. The second bear is, of course, the Russian bear. So, of course, on the 24th of February of this year, Russian President Vladimir Putin launched a extraordinarily bold and substantial invasion of the neighboring nation of Ukraine. Now, this was Europe's largest military conflict since the Second World War, and really one of the world's largest conflicts in the post-World War II period, right? And what Mr. Putin was originally aiming to do was basically consume all of the Ukraine, incorporate it into some kind of expanded Russian Federation, and basically have it as a vassal state. Well, it certainly has not turned out anywhere near that. And as a response to the invasion and attack, the Western nations have imposed ferocious economic sanctions on the Russian economy, in addition to giving military aid to the Ukrainian defense. Now, this has also tremendously affected the markets, right? Because really, when you think about economies, think about a well-oiled machine, right? So the machinery takes everything working in sync and everything working smoothly: transportation, production, distribution, finance, all of these things. And it can be disrupted by natural disasters. It can be disrupted by financial issues and things like that. But the biggest interrupter in any kind of global finance, trade, commerce is, of course, conflict, i.e., war. And this is a big one, right? And so the disruptions that this is causing throughout the global economy is substantial. And we've only really begun to feel it, because it's going to take weeks, if not months, for these sanctions to really have an effect on everyone, to the point to where you notice things that products perhaps from Russia that you enjoyed, and now you don't see them anymore. Of course, there's the price of oil. That being the fact that Russia is basically a petrol economy, and now that petrol economy is being walloped. The overall global price of oil has increased tremendously, which has boosted up tremendously the price of gas. Now, then there is this deal with Russia and China. So basically, most of the world, in fact, almost all of the world, is opposing Russia's action here. But the Chinese are they're kind of hanging around and haven't really opposed it with the full vigor and vim that they really should, right? And this has put the American government economic policy and trade policy and foreign policy, that kind of nexus of those things, kind of put it in limbo. Don't really know what to do here. Here's a suggestion for Mr. Biden and for the Secretary of Treasury and the Secretary of Commerce. Hey, instead of implementing official legal sanctions on the Chinese economy, just do this. Have the Secretary of Commerce go on a grand tour of the Philippines, Vietnam, Bangladesh, India, Thailand, and Malaysia and Indonesia, and have them have in tow business leaders, corporate leaders who have contracts with a lot of these Chinese related entities, right? And make sure those cameras are on the scene, so that when they disembark from their plane and they're meeting these officials in these countries and their corporate counterparts in these countries, make sure the cameras are there, right? That'll just basically let the Chinese know that we have other options if they're not going to help us out on this, right? And watch how quickly the Chinese all of a sudden become very interested in ending this war in Ukraine. Just a thought. So those are a couple of my ideas on how to duke it out with the bears that are at this point wreaking havoc on the global economy and on our individual portfolios. All right, those are my thoughts for this week. If you appreciate them or perhaps found something informative, hit that thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what ideas you have. I'd love to hear it. I promise you, I will respond to each one. And of course, subscribe. Please subscribe to Invest Strong. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much, friends, and good blessings.